You want the utmost respect from your wife while she also looks up to you like a hero, but you're just not sure how to get that. Over the last 5 years, I've worked with hundreds of clients, helping them get back the respect from their wives, and it's only because we focused on a simple 3-step system that you can start using from today. It's not counseling, it's not focusing on attachment styles, and it's not having long, boring conversations that lead to absolutely nothing. In this video, we're going to speak about exactly where female disrespect comes from, and I'm also going to give you a simple 3-step process that I've used with hundreds of clients to get back the respect from their wives that you can start using from today. First, I want you to understand what will happen if you don't address female disrespect in a relationship with a story of a client that I coached. You may be in a similar position to him. He lived with his wife. It was about 4 years into the marriage, and everything seemed to be going well until it wasn't. There were small signs of disrespect, and the arguments got progressively worse, almost as if there was residue left over from the last argument that was carried on to the next one. The disrespect got worse and worse on a daily basis. There were things that were being said that were just blatantly rude. Tone of voice changed. There were verbally abusive messages, and the treatment just got so bad that eventually he couldn't deal with it. I had a conversation with my client and I said, you have to end this. And the reason for this is because the relationship has deteriorated to such a point that you've gone past the point of return. And I'll tell you exactly why I told him to end the relationship. But first, I want you to understand what happened next. After telling him all of this, he was devastated. And the reason for this was because he'd put so much effort into the relationship, and he thought that this was the one, right? He planned a future. He thought this was going to be the mother of the children that he was going to have with her, and turned out that that wasn't going to be the case. But I knew if he stayed with this girl, the respect would have gotten worse. It would have destroyed his soul. It would have destroyed his pride, and it just wouldn't have gotten better. After that, they took some time off, and something interesting started to happen. She started trying to get back in contact with him, and he could see that she was genuinely making an effort to make things better where she was messing up previously, just in terms of the respect and the disrespect in the relationship. He could see, wow, she actually wants to fix this. I had a conversation with this client a few weeks later, and I said to him, if she's clearly making an effort to change the things that she was obviously at fault with before, give her another chance. If you see that there's genuine desire there, give her another chance. The moral of the story is, it's been a few years, they got back together, and they are both happy now. And I'll tell you exactly why, because there's a very important lesson here at the end of the video which ties us all together. Now, with that being said, a lot of this could have been avoided, and it comes down to one thing and one thing only, and that is dealing with disrespect. And the reason for this is because disrespect takes place slowly. It's not 0 to 100, it's 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on and so forth. And I see this with a lot of clients that come to me, in that it's like a frog in hot water. If you have a bowl of hot water and the frog jumps into the hot water, it's going to jump out because of the disparity in temperature. However, if you put the frog in hot water and you slowly warm the water up, it'll just boil to death because it doesn't feel the change in temperature. And disrespect in relationships is exactly the same. You often don't feel it until it's too late. It's easier to prevent than cure. So when you see disrespect, you need to know exactly how to deal with it. And I'm going to give you the exact 3-step process on how to deal with disrespect. But first, I want you to understand why women disrespect you. So what do men and women want? Men want respect, women want love. A man doesn't have to respect a woman to love her, but a woman has to respect a man to love him. And I'm not religious, but even in the Bible it says a man must love his wife and a woman must respect her husband. The less a woman respects a man, the more she will test him to see if he's worthy of respect and therefore her love. And these tests come in forms of micro disrespect, just to see what you will and won't accept. And you may be thinking, well, wouldn't it just be easier to avoid disrespect and drama in a relationship? And that's impossible, because as a man, if you're in a relationship, you will always have to deal with micro forms or macro forms of disrespect and drama in a relationship. And I'll give you the exact 3-step process on exactly how to deal with that disrespect. But there is a way to have less drama and less disrespect in a relationship, and it comes down to these 4 things. When my clients use these 4 methods in their relationships, they have noticeably less drama and disrespect in their relationship, which just makes everyone's lives a lot better. Number 1, pursue your purpose and constantly be improving. She has to respect you to love you. So to maintain that level of respect, you have to constantly be improving, getting in better shape, becoming more charismatic, and making more money. And number 2, lead her through a range of emotions within the relationship. Girls just want to have fun. They even made a song about it. So in the relationship, lead her through a range of emotions by being spontaneous, challenging her, and artificially creating a little bit of drama from time to time. Number 3, spend time apart. If you're living with your girls, it's important that you spend time with your guy mates. Also, it's important that you get away at least once a month just to create that little bit of separation between you and her. There's a reason there's a saying that says distance makes the heart grow fonder. If you artificially create that within the relationship, you just value each other's time more. And finally, number 4, deal with disrespect effectively. The more disrespect you have from her, the less she respects you, and it's just a vicious cycle. It's a downward spiral where they lose all of the respect for you, and with the respect goes the love. So the golden question is, how do you deal with disrespect? We'll go over the 3 simple steps that you can use from today, but just understand that it's easier to weed out this bad behavior in the beginning. And the reason for this is because disrespect is like a snowball. At the beginning, it's small, doesn't have a lot of momentum, but as it goes down the hill, it gains momentum, it gains weight, it gains speed, and it's a lot harder to stop. So nip it in the bud, and this is exactly how you do it. Step number 1, just call it out. Be clear. Be unreactive. Just sit down with her and say, look, this is what happened and I don't like that. I'd like you not to do that again. It's that simple. And the key point here is to be unreactive. And it's one of the hardest things to do, because if there's one person who knows how to push your buttons, if there's one person who knows how to trigger you, it's the girl that you're with. But it's important that you stay unreactive. The reason for this is because that is a masculine trait and she'll respect you more for that. If a woman does truly respect you, she'll make an effort to change. And this is one of the big green flags. I made a whole video about this. If you want, go and watch it. I should put a little link there. All the green flags that you need to look for in a girl that you want to date. Step number 2, if after you've spoken to her and she still carries on, withdraw attention. If you're dating a girl casually, spend a day or 2 away. Don't text her. If you're living with a girl, if it's a wife, again, spend more time in the gym, withdraw attention, maybe spend 1 or 2 days away, depending on how bad it was. The reason this is important is because if you've had a conversation with a girl and you've already told her, look, I don't like X, I don't like Y, and she carries on, having another conversation isn't going to help. And men think very logically in this respect, in that they think, I'm going to sit down with her, I'm going to have a logical conversation and say, this is why I don't like it and this is why you shouldn't do it again. That won't work. The girl knows exactly what she did wrong, and there's no reason for you to explain why you don't like that thing if you've already had that conversation. If there's a negative outcome from a certain behavior, there's less likelihood that that behavior is going to carry on. And this is also an amazing test to see, right, what does she do in that time? Does she go out and party? Does she start texting someone else? Does she do something that's detrimental to the relationship? And if she does, that's amazing. And the reason for that is because she's shown you a red flag that is a very strong red flag, and it also tells you that you need to end the relationship and move on, because that type of behavior is only going to get worse later down the line. Finally, step number 3, you've spoken to her, just carries on. You've withdrawn attention, it just carries on. What do? You walk away. The reason for this is because the only power that you have in the relationship as a man is to walk away. And if you stay, that behavior is just going to get worse and worse and worse. And she's just going to end up doing whatever she wants. As a man, you have to be willing to walk away. And the reason for this is because it creates a certain energy in a relationship, right? And also, now you may be thinking, oh, my girl's different. She's sweet. We love each other. Your girl, unfortunately, is not a special snowflake. Women have the ability to be the sweetest creatures ever. But if they smell blood in the water, you're dead. I saw comments on my YouTube video the other day which said something along the lines of, oh, this sounds like a lot of work. I prefer just not to do all of this. My first thought was, you have no choice. It's like arriving at the Hunger Games and thinking, I don't feel like playing, I'm not going to play. It's like you don't have a choice. You're already in the game. You have to play. You either play the game according to the rules or you lose. I've had hundreds of calls with clients and they always say the same thing. And they say, I want to find a really special girl. I want to create a great relationship with her. Maybe start a family, maybe not, but I want to develop that connection with someone. And that's great because together they're greater than the sum of their parts. However, you need to know the rules of the game. And there's a reason that the majority of marriages are sexless, that there's zero respect between the man and the woman, and they just hate being in that situation. And the main reason for this is because men don't understand how relationships work. And this is what I was saying before. You either learn the rules of the game or you lose. However, if you do understand the rules of the game, that relationship that you have with that special girl can be the best thing ever, right? Men and women are supposed to be together. They are the yin to our yang. But she's not your partner, she's not your friend, she's not your business associate, and therefore the rules of the game require a different strategy. And this is why most men fail, is because they approach relationships incorrectly. However, if you've listened to what we've spoken about today, hopefully you'll manage your relationship differently. So what is the reason that the couple in the original story have a great relationship now and it's actually working? Because he now knows how to deal with disrespect, which is something that he wasn't able to do before. Therefore, he's not allowing it to spiral out of control like it was spiraling before. Again, the snowball had gained too much momentum, he couldn't stop it. And secondly, she knows on a deep level that if things go completely pear-shaped, he's out, he's leaving, right? And because of that, there's more respect within the relationship. And that is something you have to have as a man, which is the ability to walk away. If you don't, you're dead in the water. With that being said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is really close to my heart. And the reason for this is because I've worked with so many guys before and they don't understand this. And these small changes can make a big difference to the relationships that you have. But you need to understand this. You need to implement it. Otherwise, you're dead in the water. As Naval Ravikant says, the 3 biggest decisions in life that we have to make are what we do, where we live, and who we spend our time with. And if we don't understand the dynamic or how to manage that dynamic with the girl that we're with, our life is not going to be as good as it could, right? And this is stuff that they should actually teach in school. But here we are. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. As always, peace.